Since childhood, we are taught, often without realizing it, to understand ourselves through comparison. We learn to measure our worth against grades, achievements, salaries, titles, possessions, and social recognition. As adults, the same habit continues in more sophisticated forms. We compare careers, relationships, lifestyles, and even personal growth. The mind constantly asks where we stand relative to others, as if life were a competition with an invisible scoreboard. Philosophy challenges this habit at its foundation. It invites us to reconsider what deserves our attention and what should serve as the measure of a life. Instead of asking what others have, philosophy encourages us to ask what we are becoming. This shift may appear subtle, but it transforms the way we think. The focus moves from external circumstances to internal development, from possessions to understanding, from status to character. One of the problems with comparison is that it rests on incomplete knowledge. We compare our full reality, including our fears, failures, and uncertainties, with the visible fragments of another person's life. We see achievements without sacrifices, confidence without doubt, success without struggle. From this limited perspective, we construct stories about who is ahead and who is behind. Philosophy reminds us that we know far less about other people's lives than we imagine. What appears desirable from a distance may carry burdens that remain hidden from view. More importantly, comparison places our sense of worth in the hands of circumstances we cannot control. No matter how successful we become, there will always be someone wealthier, more accomplished, more talented, or more admired. If our peace depends on surpassing others, it will remain permanently fragile. The standard keeps moving because the comparison never ends. Wisdom offers a different path. Unlike status or recognition, wisdom is not diminished by another person's success. Someone else's achievements do not reduce our capacity to understand ourselves, refine our judgment, or deepen our insight. The pursuit of wisdom is not a competitive endeavor. It is one of the few forms of growth that remains available regardless of age, background, or circumstance. Philosophy also changes the way we think about progress. In many areas of life, we are conditioned to value outcomes above all else. We imagine that fulfillment will arrive once we achieve a particular goal, acquire a certain level of knowledge, or reach a desired position. Philosophy suggests that the process itself has value. Learning, questioning, examining assumptions, and refining our understanding become worthwhile activities in their own right. The goal is not merely to possess wisdom, but to participate in the ongoing effort to become wiser. As this perspective develops, other people's lives begin to lose their power as standards of measurement. Their experiences may still be interesting, admirable, or instructive, but they no longer determine our value. Instead of provoking envy, they can provoke curiosity. Instead of asking why someone else has more, we begin asking what our reaction reveals about our own desires, fears, and beliefs. Comparison becomes an opportunity for self-examination rather than self-condemnation. The deeper lesson is that a meaningful life is built through cultivation rather than possession. Possessions can be lost, status can fade, and public approval can change overnight. Wisdom, self-awareness, sound judgment, and intellectual honesty are different. They can continue to grow throughout a lifetime, and their value does not depend on comparison with others. When philosophy reshapes the mind in this way, the central question of life changes. We stop asking whether we are ahead of others and start asking whether we are growing in understanding.